The small town of Vernal, Utah, usually calm and sunburned under the desert's steady light, has been shaken to its core. Reports have surfaced that Chad Ollinger, the daring adventurer and son of Duane Ollinger, has been officially listed by police as a missing endangered person. For fans of mystery at Blind Frog Ranch, this headline sends a cold shiver down the spine. Chad, the risk-taking pilot who often hovers over the enigmatic property in his helicopter, has vanished into the very landscape that has both made him famous and haunted the show's legacy. This is not the kind of mystery the audience ever hoped to witness. Blind Frog Ranch has seen explosions, paranormal phenomena, toxic gases, and cursed metals, but the sudden disappearance of one of its key explorers marks an uncharted level of fear. The desert's silence has turned sinister. The calm before the vanishing in the weeks before Chad went missing, he appeared focused and determined. Production sources hinted that he had been scouting a new area near the northern ridge, a stretch of terrain notorious for its quicksand-like soil and unstable cave systems. Locals whispered that Chad was trying to validate new sonar readings, patterns resembling buried metallic vaults below the surface, deep within restricted zones. He had told a few friends that he felt close to something big. Not treasure, not gold, but an explanation. After years of working with his father, he wanted to uncover the why behind the anomalies, the flickering lights, the magnetic interference, and the constant feeling that the land was alive. That last day, Chad took off in his helicopter before sunrise, according to locals who heard the faint hum of his blades disappearing into the canyons. Hours passed, then a day, then two. By the third day, the Uintah County Sheriff's Office issued a statement confirming that Chad Ollinger was reported missing by family members after failing to make contact. Police declare missing endangered status. The term missing endangered is not used lightly. It suggests police believe the individual's life may be in imminent danger due to surrounding conditions, psychological distress, or potential foul play. Authorities revealed that Chad's last known DPS signal blinked out over an unregistered mining area, roughly 15 miles from Blind Frog Ranch's core. The terrain there is treacherous, rock slides, flooded shafts, and toxic gas pockets are common. Yet the most disturbing detail came from the helicopter's emergency transponder, which triggered briefly before cutting off completely. When search teams reached the coordinates, they found the helicopter's landing skids buried halfway in silt beside a narrow gorge. The cockpit door was open. The radio was shattered. No footprints. No tracks. Inside the cabin lay Chad's hat, a folded topographic map, and a GoPro memory card, partially melted from apparent exposure to high heat. The rest of the footage has not been released to the public, but whispers among investigators claim it shows something unexplainable. Duane Ollinger's devastating response. For Duane Ollinger, a man who has spent years confronting danger on his property, this disappearance hit deeper than any collapsed mine or metallic anomaly. Close associates say that when police delivered the news, Duane refused to leave the ranch. He reportedly told the production crew, "I'm not leaving until I bring him home myself." In the following days, Duane turned the ranch into a command post. Satellite imagery, metal detectors, sonar maps, all redirected to a single purpose: finding Chad. The team worked in shifts, scanning caves, creek beds, and underground channels. Even Eric Drummond, the geologist who has often clashed with Duane over methods, volunteered to help. He told a friend that the land felt heavier since Chad's vanishing, like something beneath the surface had awakened. Production insiders claim that the network placed filming on immediate suspension. Yet Duane insisted on documenting every step of the search. If Chad is out there, he said through tears during a short recorded clip. "The world deserves to know what happened on this land." Speculation and sinister theories as hours turned to days. Blind Frog Ranch's loyal followers began flooding social media with theories. Some feared environmental collapse, that the ground had swallowed Chad into one of the rumored underground aquifers. Others suggested radiation exposure or chemical reaction from the minerals they unearthed in previous seasons. But a darker narrative began to take hold. Several residents near the ranch reported hearing loud booms and seeing unnatural lights in the sky the night Chad vanished. One trucker described a white flare spiraling downward near the ridge, only to vanish before impact theories of government involvement resurfaced, long tied to the region's connection with Skinwalker Ranch just miles away. Both properties have a notorious history of aerial anomalies and strange radiation spikes. Some fans argue Chad may have stumbled upon something he wasn't meant to find, perhaps a new chamber, or worse, proof of an underground facility long speculated to exist beneath Utah's Badlands. Police have not commented on these claims. The search intensifies by day 5. The official search expanded to include the Utah Search and Rescue Task Force, drones equipped with thermal imaging, and trained dogs brought from Salt Lake City. Temperatures fluctuated wildly, with heat during the day and near freezing cold at night, conditions that made survival increasingly unlikely if Chad remained exposed. Helicopters scanned ravines, while ATVs combed nearby arroyos. Divers entered 2 known cave pools, but visibility was nearly zero. Radiation levels spiked in some areas, forcing them to retreat. Duane, refusing rest, reportedly told a deputy that the land is hiding him. Those who know him say his voice carried a tone of both grief and defiance, the voice of a father who has seen too much to believe in coincidence. A message from the family Savannah Ollinger, Chad's wife, issued a brief statement on social media. "Chad is the strongest person I know. Please pray for his safe return. He was chasing a dream, not a danger. We just want him home." Her post went viral within hours, sparking a wave of solidarity from Blind Frog Ranch fans. Online groups organized community searches, drone volunteers, and fundraisers to support ongoing rescue operation. Meanwhile, the show's loyal audience launched a campaign under the hashtag #FindChadOllinger, demanding transparency and urging Discovery Network to release the unreleased footage from his last exploration. The disturbing footage, rumor unconfirmed, insiders claim that the retrieved GoPro memory card contains roughly 6 minutes of footage from Chad's final moments before signal loss. According to anonymous accounts, the clip shows Chad inside a narrow gorge, following what appears to be a pulsating blue light emanating from the rocks. He reportedly turns the camera toward a fissure that glows faintly. The audio distorts. A deep humming fills the background. Then Chad whispers a few barely audible words before static overtakes the screen. When the frame briefly clears, the light intensifies, followed by a sound described as metal grinding underwater. Then silence. If true, this footage could mark one of the most chilling pieces of evidence ever captured on the ranch. Yet, until law enforcement releases an official statement, the footage remains locked under investigation. Among the crew, disappearance has fractured the production team. Some refuse to return, citing emotional distress. Others feel compelled to continue, arguing that Chad would have wanted the search, and the show, to go on. Josh Feldman, one of the closest crew members to Chad, has been particularly vocal about his guilt, stating off-camera that we should have gone with him that morning. Duane, however, has made it clear. No one else enters the ridge until they understand what's happening beneath. Eye sources say the area is now considered off-limits due to unstable ground and unexplained energy readings. Police hold press conference a week after the initial report. Sheriff Wallace addressed the growing speculation. At this stage, we have no evidence of foul play. However, the conditions surrounding Mr. Ollinger's disappearance are unusual and under ongoing review. We are coordinating with environmental experts to analyze radiation data and geological anomalies in the area. When asked whether they believed Chad was alive, Wallace paused before replying, "We're hopeful, but time is critical." Behind him, a satellite image of the gorge flashed on the screen, showing a faint heat signature several miles north of the crash site. Search teams were dispatched immediately, though results remain undisclosed. Echoes from the Labyrinth Frog Ranch has always been a place where science, myth, and danger intersect. It has swallowed tools, corrupted electronics, and confounded experts. Now it has taken one of its own. Some longtime locals believe the land itself acts with intent, a living force that punishes those who dig too deep. Others dismiss this as superstition. Yet, the eerie silence that blankets the ranch tonight suggests something far greater than human comprehension. Joanne stands on the edge of the property each evening, scanning the horizon, waiting for a sound. The whir of rotor blades, the faint echo of his son's voice. "He's not gone," he insists. "He's part of the mystery now." The legacy of the searches, the days drift into weeks, hope wrestles with reality. The production crew continues to archive every development, treating the search not as an episode, but as testimony. If Chad returns, this chapter will become legend. If not, Blind Frog Ranch will forever be more than a mystery show, it will be a warning.